Hello everyone, Spaced Oyster here, and welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age. In the last episode, we went through the Golmore Jungle and the Feywood and made our way here to Giruvegan, Giruvegan. And in this episode, we'll be entering Giruvegan proper to find out what was drawing Ashe into this place and what makes it so mysterious. Well, that second one is actually a secondary objective. We're just here to find Dr. Sid. But he didn't arrive yet, and Ashe is being drawn in, so naturally we're going to do the stupid thing and follow him in further. Or, not him. Go in further. And I just now realized that Balthier was level 44 and Fran was level 43. And I hope he didn't get too far ahead of her. Either way, it'll be a quick fix. Anyway, we got a boss fight coming up, kind of obviously, and I forgot to get my gambits ready, but that is a-okay. This one's pretty straightforward, anyway. Alright, so this is Daedalus. I hope I pronounced that right. I think Daedalus is the name from myth, where Daedalus was the person who invented stuff. Anyway, he just casts haste on himself, and I hit Dispel too soon in order to get rid of it. And he just tries to hit you a lot, and that's pretty much it. Oh, right, I forgot, I should actually change this up a bit. I read he's got some interesting things to steal, so I might as well give that a shot. Although I normally don't really care. But hey, might as well, right? Alright, let's see if we can steal one more time. Because that was not the thing I wanted, maybe. No, that failed. Okay, time to stop wasting time and just kill it. Daedalus himself isn't all that tricky. Aside from using haste, the only other trick he has on his up his sleeve is when he's low on HP, he's going to start using, I forget the name of the skill, but he's going to start being able to combo his attacks better together much easily. I think he's taking less damage. And the coup de grace, as it were, is, I don't know what it is. Although, speaking of a coup de grace, let's just finish this guy off. Because that's getting annoying. Wait, no, that's summon. I don't want to summon, I want a quickening. Anyway, he is also undead, so he is weak to healing and holy magic. Anyway, hopefully I get a good quickening chain to finish him off, because the huge combo thing really isn't my style.
Got a surprise for you.
And then the interesting thing about Vaughn's red spiral quickening thing is that it, the visual effects of the weird things he shot up into the air somehow, that was the same visual they used with Judge Bergen when we finished him off, and the Nethicite that he had coating his bones like a discount Wolverine started to reject him.
How about some of this?
Yeah, same visual effect. I don't know why they used it there, but who cares? It could give some more insight into exactly what Vaughn was doing for his quickening, but I have no idea if that's actually true. So don't quote me on anything, because I have no idea what I'm talking about. Except that I don't like this guy. Anyway, if this goes too much longer, I guess I'll just cut ahead.
You're mine.
Or I can just stop it right now, because it's not like I need a big quickening chain. But I press the buttons anyway, so whatever. Let's keep going. Woo! Torrent again! And then beating Daedalus gives us access to the city proper. Yay, everyone's standing around and posing. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off my decoy gambits. Wrong one. Although that does remind me I've been forgetting to spend license points. You know what, I'll do that off screen next time I get a good chance. And high potions aren't really restoring a lot of MP anymore. Ooh, we can interact with the statue, right? No, we cannot. It just stands there and looks pretty. Anyway, after you beat him, touch the next device that popped up magically somehow for unexplained reasons, and we get whisked off to another place. Yeah, this is, well, still Giruvegan. It looks like it'll be tricky to navigate. I mean, just look at that mini-map. But I can assure you, it's really, really easy to do. The enemies here are a bit unique. Well, I guess not really, since they showed up in the Feywood. But they are unique in that they'll use items to buff themselves. You'll notice this guy has, I used some, Bacchus's wine in order to put Berserk on himself. Anyway, our goal here in this part of Giruvegan is to look for all these weird gate stones and touch them. And that's basically all you need to do to get farther. It can be a bit cumbersome to travel around pretty easily because there are lots of enemies on stairways that aren't immediately accessible. But beyond that, Giruvegan's not too bad. It's not tricky at all to navigate, and the only gimmicks are pretty much visual. Giruvegan is easily the weirdest place in the game. It has a very distinct visual design that makes it very, very different. Like, it's like at one point I mentioned that it's like a Final Fantasy XII has a theme of finding the mythical in the mundane. The Giruvegan is an exception to that. There is nothing mundane about this place. What are you doing, Vaughn? Yeah, I guess that's the downside of targeting that enemy with the lowest HP values. But it's not that big a deal. Personally, though, now that we've made it to Giruvegan, if I need to do any more grinding for money, this is my new favorite place to do it. Giruvegan's got a pretty straightforward path you can follow, and the enemies here aren't too inconvenient. Well, aside from that imp casting stop. Sorry, gargoyle. You know what? If he's gonna do that, then I can do something else too. That's really, really awesome. I should have something that makes me immune to stop. Where are you? Power armlets! Ooh, I don't want to take that off Fran, but I need the power armlets. And power armlets. And then I can just put golden amulets on everyone else. So that way they're all gaining lots of license points. Super awesome lots of license points. Because I do not want to deal with stop. Like, the only way to cure it is Chronos Tears, and while it's pretty easy and somewhat trivial to buy those, I really don't want to have to deal with it. Especially since these weird Malboros called Vivian are able to use a skill that does it in an area of effect. It's like they want this place to be the most annoying thing ever in the history of mankind. Ever. Ever! Yeah, not too much exploration going on. This is actually a pretty straightforward area. They could have used this level design like for the first few areas of the game, and it would not have been that out of place, if we're being perfectly honest. Because all you have to do is wander around, find the things that open up the various gates, and then move through where the gates were at, and then you're moving forward with extreme prejudice. And I guess do keep an eye out for the treasure chests here in Giruvegan. I think one or two of them have a few notable treasures. We'll know for sure when I'm done exploring. Alright, we get to touch it. Oh, so recently I finished watching what is currently available of the Netflix version of a series of unfortunate events, and it ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm sad. Because I thought they were gonna get to the end of it then and there, and that they had finished filming it and had it done in 2 seasons, but no, cliffhanger. I do like Lemony Snicket's writing, though. I'm pretty sure I'm going to pick up the books and start reading them now because I just love the way he writes. Assuming, of course, the narrations are pretty faithful to his own narrations in the book. Books, plural. Alright. Moving on. A lot of the enemies in this area are actually weak to the holy element. Like, I think we are even going to run into dark elementals here. So holy is pretty handy to have. Those behemoths, however, are a bit of an exception in that they're vulnerable to what's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, they're vulnerable. They're weak to ice. Not vulnerable. I keep saying vulnerable instead of weak to. I don't know what's wrong with me. Alright. So now I know what you're probably maybe thinking is that, oh no, we've reached a dead end. Where could I possibly go now? And the answer was spoiled by Fran. When you get to a dead end like that, it opens up a stairwell on the right place to go forward. It only does this in 2 places, and it'll never be marked on your map, so they can be a little bit tricky to spot, but I think even when the stairwell isn't there, you'll see those green dots. Although this place does remind me a little bit of Final Fantasy XIV's Binding Coil of Bahamut. Now those are some interesting raids. Really, really tough, too. enemies. Enemies love to buff themselves, but it doesn't matter because we're gonna kick their names anyway. And then the music actually sounds very familiar too, and not just because I've been here recently before. Well, not that recent. No, never mind that. It actually kind of reminds me of Rapthorn's castle from Dragon Quest VIII. Or at least I assume Rapthorn built a castle. He seems like the type of baddie who would build himself a castle. And if you're asking who's Rapthorn from Dragon Quest VIII, then I am sorry. Alright, anyway, moving on, just doing the usual stuff. Exploring a Final Fantasy XII dungeon, which is not actually a dungeon, but a gauntlet. I guess I'll go ahead and keep Fran in for now. Balthier did have a little bit too much time to play around. Might as well give Fran her dues. And then I think these big stone guys, I think they're weak to wind, but honestly, you really do not need to worry about hitting specific elements unless one of your characters is a black mage and is very dedicated to casting spells. Alright, let's touch this device here, and then move on down a bit farther. Oh, I thought there'd be another thing that coils around the other way, but I was wrong. So we'll just go back up. Yeah, sorry I don't have too much more interesting things to say about this area. Just very pretty and I like it. And kinda good for grinding because of the high density of enemies, who all drop very interesting gear. Huh. And then everyone gets separated so easily. Another problem with the stairwells. Sometimes these characters are just way too thick. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. These guys must be giving a lot of experience, because that was a very fast level up. Okay. Swap those two around. Let's see. Let's go ahead and remove the power amulet. And then equip it on Penelo, and then have Bosch equip that golden amulet. There we go. Hopefully Penelo doesn't have too much trouble here. She might need to heal more frequently, but that is a-okay. Did I touch that device? I don't remember if I did. I did not. I'm just forgetting things all over. Let's see, Vaughn gained a level, so now it's Ashe's turn to show off all these enemies and how weak they actually are in the hands of a master black mage. Mwahahaha. Alright, and then I actually even went the wrong way too. We want to go down here. And I would get this game down to its regular speed, but this area is just so repetitive that I don't really see the need to focus more on keeping it slowed down, because we've pretty much seen what this area is going to be like for a little while. Anyway, this gate is now open and we can move on. Did I get hit with disease too? Okay, remedy time. Remedy. Yeah, that's disease. Oh, that is not good. Not good at all. Yeah, disease is pretty tricky to actually get rid of. There was a white magic spell that I forgot to pick up on the, not Cheetah Uplands, I forgot the name of the place. It was the place where I got the telekinesis, skill. But that place had the white magic spell that removes disease. Disease is very not good because I've already explained what it does, and I don't have an item that gets rid of it either. What am I supposed to do now? Well, I guess I'll just have to rush to a save crystal and get that cured. Fortunately, I think we're actually very close to one. I did not expect regular enemies to be able to use disease, though. But the white magic spell that gets rid of it is called Cleanse. That was on the... yeah, Cleanse. It was in a different section of that one place that I forgot the name of than Telekinesis, and this is a cutscene, so I'll shut up.
I can't shake the feeling we're somewhere we're not meant to be.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Exciting?
You are not troubled by the unknown? Who can say what lies ahead? We may encounter the very creators of Nethicite.
Yeah, I don't know what we'll find. I like it better that way.
You're sounding more the Sky Pirate every day.
Anyway, there is supposed to be an item that specifically cures disease too. I haven't found any, so and I don't remember the name of it, so disease is going to be inconvenient until we get to the save crystal that's just up ahead. Alright, now need to save here. Thank you, auto saves. And we'll proceed. So this is where it starts to get a little bit different, but I think this is just where the layout changes, and we don't need to do anything specific here, aside from maybe hunt down some items. The spell Sleepga was somewhat worth noting. An area of effect sleep spell is nice, I guess. And then I should have talked about that cutscene too. Just really small, but shows off Vaughn's adventurous side. And another highlight of a niggle I have with this plot and story and stuff, and that they're constantly saying, "Oh, Vaughn, you're a different person than what you were before," and he has not changed in the slightest. I mean, he's more experienced than he was at the start of the game, but yeah. That's about it. Like, his motivations haven't changed, he's just more experienced. And I thought there would be enemies around here. This is weird. Makes me feel like there's a big, tough enemy coming along, and that we should be worried about them for some odd reason. Well, you know what? We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Somewhat physically here. Yeah, we're going to that weird thing right there. What is that? Whatever it is, I don't like the look of it. It looks like it's very tedious to explore. Oh, hey, look at that. A really big enemy. And it destroyed my walkway. Yeah, Tyrant here, he is not all that dangerous. He disables technics for the whole party, but that's, like, not that big a deal. He does have some buffs, but we can just get rid of those. And since he's weak to ice, Ashe is going to equip that Glacial Staff to deal more damage with her ice element spells. Oh, right, and I should turn on my gambits. Let's see, Fran's going to decoy herself. We're going to turn on this decoy. So the only thing about Technics being disabled is that your mages won't be able to use charge if they run low on MP. So I recommend, just for this challenge, just for this battle, or maybe permanently if you prefer, you change your charge gambits to ethers, so that way they can keep fighting. And I'm never going to not like this music. It's so awesome. In my opinion. Yeah, not all that dangerous, just takes time. Although that Sonic Fang skill is very annoying. But at least Ashe is keeping it distracted from Pinello. Piercing Graviga. Weird. Whatever. We got it dead anyway. Dead to Right's retribution. Or something to that effect. Yep, all dead. And then all the ladies get to celebrate. And I suppose with that, I'll go ahead and call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time. This has been Spaced Oyster, signing out.